So we're here at the wave. The goal today is to find an iceberg and then get on top of it, ride it down into the wave, and do an acid drop into the wave. Yeah, there's a lot of variables. Depends a lot on the ice, where it is, and we'll see what happens.
Before heading out, I got suited up as usual. Wanted to check my board to make sure all the fin boxes were tight, because hitting the ice all the time has loosened the fin boxes a lot. So I got those tightened up. We've been planning on getting this drop into the wave for a long time, so I wanted to make sure everything's good to go. Got my bag packed with wetsuit and all kinds of extra stuff. And then here we are. Here's our vans at the spot. Here we go, Zachary's chopping the stairs. We're just trying to make our entrance a bit easier. We brought a crowbar and some axes and stuff. There's the wave. So both waves there, and there's a third one as well that you can't see in the shot. And yeah, he's actually over here trying to chop a block off, because at this point there wasn't much coming down. That's how it is in the winter though. You never really know when the ice is going to come, and there might be none, and then suddenly it just comes down like crazy. You can see how much ice is on the shelf here where I'm walking. You can hear it really well. So like, it's definitely thick. We just had to wait for the right moment for the ice to come down, and luckily it did, but you'll see what happens next for sure.
I feel like I think there's a spot up there where it'll work, but we need to surf up to it.
Swim up there, you mean?
Yeah. Just came back to get my board. Then we'll have to get out.
Here Zachary goes on his first attempt. A big piece came down. Solid. This one looks good. Not sure. It looks slippery, this one. And check out which direction it's going. Solid piece. It's got to be like, 15, 20 feet across. I sprinted up to the top to try and watch him go in from a better angle, because from the top you can actually see, there it is. It's a big one. And he's going for the wave, going for the small wave. So he's trying to go past here and then drop in, which you can kind of see through the tree, but he was too far over. This is me sliding down the slope, trying to get down and self-filming myself as I do it, trying to get back to my board after looking for that one. Down at the bottom again, I'm just spotting for ice, just looking for it.
There's some big ones. We just need to get on one of those at the right timing with the camera ready and in the right angle.
Here I am jumping in. We usually jump in here and then swim up to the point, because a little further up there's a little ice outcropping just here where you see me, and you can kind of see a little better. So once you see an iceberg, then you jump in here and swim for it. The paddle out's always interesting. You're kind of crossing around other icebergs and stuff too, ice chunks, and swimming through them, trying to spot the one that you want to get, the big one. And then once you get up on it, you can actually see around you what's around you. And sometimes you look upstream and there's like 100 more big ones, thick ones coming down. So you're not exactly in a safe place, even if you were to jump off it onto the wave. And then you're moving with it. Nice. I'm just pretty stoked that I finally got one. So now I'm just drifting down, and I'm basically just hoping that the ice chunk's gonna go into the wave. If it does, I'll go for the drop. If not, I have to jump off early and swim for it. So the ice on the edge actually broke here, that's why I fell, and then I was also totally in the wrong spot. I was too far surfers left, so I just missed the wave. It's pretty cold today, so we're just bouncing a lot, trying to keep warm. And whenever we're filming, we're just trying not to shiver and try to keep the camera angle actually looking decent. Here we go, Zachary got something. Getting prepped, ready to go. These ice pieces were all quite thick, so even the smaller ones we were able to ride in. Sometimes the smaller ones just sink and you can't really do anything with them. So we were pretty lucky that a lot were coming down, but just the direction they were going in up to this point, so anyway, hasn't been great. So here he is, he's moving down towards the shore wave, it looks like. And he's gonna try to go right off the board. Oh, but he fell. Yeah, so sometimes that happens. There's just so many variables to lining this up.
All right, give her.
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah! That's it. That's it. All right, let's get it.
right after I did that little test, I was just waiting forever. Just no ice was coming. Probably like half an hour. I felt bad for Zachary. He was freezing. He saw one here and filmed it coming down, but I didn't think it was worthy, so I didn't swim for it, and it doesn't look like it went into the right place anyway. Still just waiting and freezing and waiting and freezing, just waiting for the right moment. And then finally, I think I get one here. Yeah, here I am swimming for it, and this looks like a nice one. It's funny because you have to pick your ice piece, and then you also have to see if it's going to the right place. And sometimes you go for the first one because you've been waiting for so long, but then sometimes after that there's way better ones that come down after, so it's like you don't want to be too keen, but also sometimes you go for one and then nothing, like you let it go past, and you're like, well, there's got to be a better one coming, and then nothing comes for like another half hour, and that's brutal.
Sorry for the bounciness, dude. My hands are freezing.
We had to take our gloves off to operate the camera, and I don't know how cold it was, maybe -10 or something, so we were just freaking freezing, the person filming. And then after that we had to, you know, go out and surf and be in the cold and put our gear back on. So this was an intense shoot. I think we were out for like 4 or 5 hours and trying to film and waiting for the icebergs. The waiting and the filming were the worst times just because it was so cold. I'm just dancing on the berg here.
Oh shit.
Just slowly drifting downstream, hoping it's gonna go in the right place.
Die, 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 da, 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 don't die. Don't.
Some good improvs from Zachary there, killing the time while he's freezing. I'm trying to like feel the iceberg out, see how slippery it is. I know that technically this isn't an iceberg, it's an ice flow or an ice piece or something, but you know, we just use it interchangeably because why not? It's a giant chunk of ice. And yeah, here we go. I'm actually getting close to the wave now. Anticipation is building up. I'm thinking about which one to go to. Looks like it's going into the shore wave. So how am I going to do this? Am I going to jump for it? There's different options. It looks like I'm planning on jumping direct and shuffling along. Yeah, lifting, and I jumped a little too late, and then I was off to the side. I should have jumped early and swam, but you know. Zachary's turn. He's got another berg. Looks like it's moving into the shore wave as well. Most of them come into that area. On the really huge days, it just hits everywhere, but then even if you are able to jump in, it's so non-stop that you can't necessarily surf it, so it's kind of a trade-off. Going for it. Look at that stance. He's ready. Oh, and he jumps. Oh, but too early. There was he was on the wrong side of the wave where it was too weak and just sunk. Damn, that was a close one. Good commitment though. It's hard to jump off slippery ice like that. Then down through the current. My turn now. Swimming out. Looks like I saw one. I'm pretty hype. Running for it. Climbing onto the iceberg. Sometimes you're out there just climbing onto it as a whole thing. We're always so bruised up after days like this. It's brutal. Floating down. Look at that. Beautiful flow. And I'm hoping, oh, this one's going into the main wave actually, so this is actually going a lot further out. It's going to be a longer swim back for me, which just sucks for Zachary because he's going to have to wait for me before I can film. But here we go. It's accelerating here, and I don't know, it looks like I'm too far right, but I'm committed, I'm going for it, and then, yeah, see, I was too far off the whitewash, couldn't quite make it.
Oh yeah, I get it. Beauty, that one has some grip on it.
It's always a trade-off. You want to jump directly into the wave, but if the ice piece isn't going directly into it, you need to make a call and decide whether you're going to jump off early and swim for it. Because if you do that, you can always catch it. But we were really committed to getting that direct drop, and as a result, we just kind of went off the back or just missed the wave a lot of the time because we can't control the way the ice pieces flow. Oh, looks like He's tottering off, jumping early because he's learned the hard way and couldn't quite make it anyway. There you go. This is the other small wave here. This is a really good one to catch, and some of the bergs were going right into that as well. Oh, look at this one coming in massive.
This is the kind of piece we're going for. Gigantic and going directly into the center of the wave. Oh, yes.
Here's a prime example of how I'd already gotten on an iceberg, and then I looked upstream and saw a way bigger one coming immediately after it. So I jumped off and swam upstream for it. So that's what I'm doing now, trying to get to the big one. I think I have time. We started pretty far upstream, and there it is. Oh yeah, this is a beauty. It looks like 40 feet across, maybe more. And let's see where it goes. I think it looks like it's going a little further out, this one, so probably for the main wave. We'll see if I can hit it. That looks beauty. Man, they're so slippery. It's like you're trying to not only do a jump off it and do like a caveman into the wave, but you're also on this current and on basically solid ice. Here we go, going for the jump. Oh, nice angle. Not quite though. I was too far right again. Zachary's turn. I'm shaking a bit here. Looks like a good little piece though, like it has some grip on it. Let's see if it's going into the right place. He's ready. I like his stance. He's just like ready to go, ready to jump. Zachary's a crazy good skateboarder, so maybe it comes naturally. Yeah, that grip on that one looks like it has potential. Let's see. It's moving in towards the shore wave, and let's see what he does. By this point we were, oh, he's jumping off. Yeah, by this point we were kind of tired of just missing it, and we wanted to surf more, so it looks like he opted for a transfer and going into the mini wave here. And yeah, here we go, perfectly lined up. See, with the transfer it's easy. Oh, rough catch still. It must be like kind of high, the water here, or low I think. So it's kind of choppy, but he's in. And let's see if we can get the pop up. Oh, and he's down. Eduardo rolling in. He's on an iceberg too. I think he's gonna do a transfer here. Yep, that's a nice piece though. It's almost going into the right place. Yeah! Love that green board. Here goes, transfer, paddling for the mini. He was pretty much going in anyway. Could have done it direct. Boom, and he's on it. Again, a bit of a choppy, challenging wave, so let's see how the pop-up goes. And he's up, and he's surfing it, getting a few turns in, and there's probably still ice coming down that you may not be able to see in the shot, so he's got to dodge those ice pieces while he's surfing. So that's always another challenge too, besides the fact that we ride them in. It's also kind of sketchy. Yeah, here comes a big piece. He bailed off before it hit him. My turn, jumping in. We got a good spot. Man, you can see so much ice coming down. We lucked out on this day. There's lots coming. We just need to make sure they hit the right spot. Let's see what happens. I'm going far.
That one's pretty far out. Is he going for the main?
Like there too.
I think he's going for the main.
Yeah, I do the same. Where's he going?
I think he's going for the main.
Ah, but now it's too late. He's just gonna stay there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Man, what the fuck?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Ah, close.
Ah, that was a close one, but not quite. Zachary's turn again. And this is a small little iceberg, but let's see what he does. I think at this point we were mostly just trying to get some footage of actual surfing after, you know, filming for hours and not getting any surfing at all. But let's see. I think he's probably going to do a transfer like Eduardo did not long ago, and like I probably should have done on those last few. Oh, he's kind of spinning around in an eddy on this one. He's going a little slower than the main current. Oh, here we go, speeding up, passing the tree, and here we go with the transfer.
Yeah.
Damn, he's going close. This is perfect. Jumps for it. Yeah, well done. Almost caught the wave in front, and then boom, gets the wave behind, just like that. And he's up, and he's down. Looks like I'm just paddling in here. think I got sick of missing the wave so often. I just wanted to surf. So here I am popping up, catching it, and popping up quick, hopefully. And yeah, there we go. Now let's see how I surf. Not too bad. It's not a very good angle. You can't see much. Looks like Zachary's gonna make his way over there to see if he can see better. He's freezing right now. I feel bad. And yeah, looks like I must have fallen because he cut the tape. Here we go. Zachary's on a berg. He's moving in. I think he's going to transfer for the mini again. Let's see how it goes. Current pulling him down. Bridge looks good in the background. And yeah, there's some ice behind him too, some big ones. Oh, here he goes, jumping in, paddling for it. Looks like he's going for the mini for sure. A good wave. Oh, classic moment. His board slipped out from under him and then he wasn't ready to catch it. That's what happens when your board's covered in ice. That's how it goes. Here's my board here with the river and the ice and the mitts that I wish I was wearing because my hands are frozen.
If you want, I'm freezing, but yeah, do it.
Want to go?
Here's Eduardo paddling in, flashing those nice orange Soul Life boots. Those soles off for the mini again. The mini's the most surfable wave on this day. The other ones are more like if you get the ice, you go for it. There's the pop-up, getting a few turns in, dodging some ice. A really weird, flat, choppy wave right now. Has a turn, and he's down. Here we go, Zachary found another ice chunk. There was a lot coming down today. It's good. It's just haven't had much success yet. We'll see if we get it by the end of the video. This one's smaller. Look at all the ice around it. Crazy. Even those small little pieces will mess you up. Looks like he's jumping and paddling for the mini wave again. He's pretty lined up. Here we go. Boom. In it. Catching a river wave is very different than an ocean wave, as I'm sure you've seen. You can actually bodyboard like this before popping up, and when you're new, it's a good way to kind of figure out the wave before you do it. And then once you're experienced, it's better to just pop up. I rarely pop up with this orange board though that I surf because it's just terrible. There we go, Zachary's on his feet. And in the winter, you just want to make sure you can actually surf too. Getting some turns in. This little catch surfboard he's got there. I think it's a quad. I never surfed it, but it looks fun. Getting some turns. The wave's kind of choppy. You kind of have to fight with it. But looks like he's having fun. I'm trying not to freeze. I think he surfs it really just with like two really wide, tiny fins too, so it's like really loose. You can see how he's kind of sliding. There he goes. My turn again. Nice jump in, and I'm paddling like mad. It looks like I see something good. You can see that ice just constantly coming down. Lots of small ones that will still mess your board up and mess you up. And then quite a few big ones too. Here we go. Found one. And let's see where I go as I'm floating down here. It looks kind of close to shore, so kind of in between the shore and the mini maybe. Let's see which one I choose. Kind of checking out where it's going to see if I can make it where I want to go, or if I'm better off swimming for it. At this point, I look a little bit annoyed, so it looks like I'm going to have to swim for it. Here we go. Yeah, hopping off, and it's just in between the two waves, so I'm going for the mini with a few paddles. Nice transfer though, that one was pretty smooth. Here we go, I'm in it.
Yes!
Caught it pretty easily, and I'm up, and dang, look at all this ice behind me too. This is a crazy shot. There's a lot going on. I'm surfing all right. And you can see behind me there's like this whirlpool of ice. All kinds of like just crazy ice formations going on. And I think we're going to see some huge ones come down in a minute that I have to dodge. Let's see. Getting some nice angles here. He tried to get a little closer to see what's happening. And he's shaking because he's freezing cold. Man, it was so uncomfortable filming this. Getting a little ride in. Oh, look at that thing behind me. Oh man, that crazy ice piece just rising out of the water. Meanwhile, I'm pointing at something upstream that's going to come down and hit me potentially. Here we go. It's looking pretty gnarly out there right now. I'm kind of probably wishing that I was riding. Oh, look at this ice behind me swirling. That is an insane shot. Getting a few turns in. There's some ice passing me by. And some dodging going on. And some freezing going on. And the camera, I'm pointing up again. There must be a big one coming. Let's see how it looks. Getting some turns. This is my first real ride. I'm having fun. Yes. Good times. Oh, this must be big. Look, I'm like amazed. Here we go. Oh, look at that piece. Oh my god, look how thick as it goes through the water. You can actually see it's like a meter thick. Nice dodge there. And let's see, here comes another one. It looks like I'm getting prepped. Yeah, and there's a lot just really coming from everywhere. Oh, look how thick that is. It goes through the wave. It's got to be like 3 feet thick. And here comes another one. Oh, couldn't quite dodge it. I had tried to get it off on the left there to avoid it, but not quite. And now I'm just swimming for it, trying not to get hit and crushed by those huge pieces. Woo! Here we go. Zachary riding it in. That is a nice ice piece. Looking good. The snow, a nice chunks on top. He's almost lined up, jumping for it, but a little too far left. Oh, that would have been so sick. Here I am just freezing, bouncing and warming my hands. Crazy. So cold. Now, back on another berg. This is me again. Just floating down. Let's see where this one ends up. I think it's going to be in the shore, unless I decide to swim for the mini. Let's see what happens. This looks like a pretty decent ice piece with a bit of grip on it too. Maybe I can actually go for this caveman into the wave. Let's see what happens. So far it's looking pretty lined up. Here we go. Lots of ice around it, which won't help with the landing, but oh yeah, this is perfectly lined up. Here we go, the first perfect one, and I jump. Oh, but I jumped too early. So, done. Woo! So close though. Looks like Zachary found a nice piece of ice here. Just floating around. Except, I think the ice is caught in the eddy. Yeah, it totally is. It's just gonna spin around there potentially and not even go downstream. Sometimes when they're on the edge like this, it's good because they'll go closer to shore and then you can drop right into the mini wave, but it looks like he's kind of stuck. He's like, oh well, I better try something else. Let's see if he can force it out, but really these pieces are like thousands of kilos. They're not easy to move, so I think he's gonna have to abandon. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking like he hasn't moved at all, so let's see what he decides. He's jumping for it. Swimming with some nice ice pieces around. Looks good. Wow, it's beautiful. It's crazy surreal. Whoa, look at that beauty. And he's going for the mini. Should be good. Lots of ice floating too, like boom. Hits the wave, but oh, he's in it for a minute. Let's see. There's a lot of ice. Yeah, it looks like he got swept off. Either popped up late or just too much ice. Got a kayaker on the scene now, and it's getting dark already. I'm paddling out again. Let's see what happens now. By this point we were just freezing, like, and the ice kept coming, so we kept filming. Oh, I fell through the ice there. That one wasn't big enough, or something like that. Now found another one, or just found a better spot to climb up. Kind of crouching here. It must not be a very big one. I'm hoping that I can get another shot at this caveman into the wave. We'll see what happens. Looks like it's moving towards the mini though, which is pretty precise. Yeah, this piece is just small. I had to jump off and reevaluate my plan. It was going too right. Paddling for the mini though, I should get a surf in at the very least. Lots of ice hitting it, probably dinging up my board, ripping off fins, that kind of thing. I'm up quick and surfing. Zachary is Trying to get a better angle, freezing, walking on the ice shelf by the shore here. And it looks so nice, this kind of blue hour lighting at this time. Beautiful. And this board, I kind of hate. It's a 6-foot soft top from Catch Surf, the log. But I figured out how to surf it, but it just doesn't surf that well. Like you just can't hold a rail at all. Oh, look at that beauty of an ice piece coming down right next to me in the other wave. That one would have been good to try the Caveman off. There we go, I just slid out and fell.
All in all, it was a successful session. We both succeeded with some transfers. Not a direct to feet acid drop, but from iceberg to wave transfer. So good times. Beautiful sunset here at the wave. And yeah, what's up?
This is what it looked like from above. So you can see there's the big ones we were standing on, but then there's all kinds of other ones surrounding it. And they were pretty thick, like a foot thick, more sometimes. So if those hit you, like it's quite dangerous. So, and then there was other ones that you could kind of punch your fins through and make it through. But yeah, this gives an idea of what we were surfing in.
These pieces coming down are pretty small compared to the ones that were coming down while we were surfing, but still totally usable for the acid drop. Oh, that one was perfect there. Good times.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and keep in touch for more of this. We're gonna hopefully get this Caveman on film. Let's go. Peace.